All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Live at 5, where we teach you the organic approach to making money online. And for those of you that do not know us, my name is Daria Jackson Laganier. And over here, on this side of me, I don't know my left from my right. But anyway, my beautiful business partner, Takesha Wyatt, and we are just so excited to come and present for you today. And below is the beautiful Nicolette. She said, you know what? I'm going to come and hang out with Online Success Made Simple. And we said, oh, of course, girl, come on through. So if you have not hit that, smash that subscribe button, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because you will get notification when we upload a video or when we go live. So we want to give a shout out to those of you that are watching us from YouTube. And that's pretty much where we're streaming from right now. And again, another Tuesday, y'all. The time is just flying. It's another Tuesday already. So if you haven't done it already, make sure that you put where you're tuning in from in the comment section, and also let us know. Put hashtag live if you're watching us live, and if you are watching the replay, make sure that you put in the comments hashtag replay. And yes, I think I got everything done, all the housekeeping done. Takesha, did I get everything done?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All
And
right.
we definitely hope that we see you guys in the subscription, right? Because we want you to be notified each and every time that we go live.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I am in the process of getting the slides up, and it
Yes.
should be up momentarily. And boom, there we are. Woo, yes, y'all. We are going to talk about tonight something that most people don't really talk about. It's not really a sexy topic. It's not about traffic and leads and all that other juicy stuff, that people look for because they figured that's what they need to know so that they can start to earn the money that they're looking for. But we decided to take it a step back and really examine mindset. So we need to talk about that, because that is a must do thing. That's a topic we must talk about. So, Takesha, you want to take it or you want me to take it? How we doing this today?
I get it started. I get it started.
Go ahead, girl, get it started. Woo!
Well, absolutely, guys. And Daria and I will tell you that this is a topic that is near and dear to our hearts. And this is something that we, of course, struggled with because we couldn't see the correlation between personal development and our finances. Like, what is us being successful? Like, how are we going to be successful by working on us? Like, you know what I'm saying? We trying to make ends meet, trying to make money, trying to make the company successful. Like, what do you mean? Mindset mastery for marketing success. Mind blowing is what it is. Your mindset is definitely a secret weapon. And once you learn how to use it and develop it and train it, and that right there is going to help you to explore, why everything is being fueled, right? Your business growth, your personal growth, and you're going to learn how to leverage it all so that you can have online success, right? That's what it's all about. And so that's what we want you guys to understand and see. How is it that you can include personal development into your already busy schedule? Personal development is or should be a huge part of your life, your daily life, right? Developing daily habits that support marketing success are so important, right? You have morning confirmations, right? And you can make
affirmation.
Girl, you see, I was killing it, confirmation. Because I'm trying to confirm some things as well.
You know what I'm saying? You know what
But
I'm saying?
those affirmations, thank you, girl. Those affirmations definitely are something that have changed our lives.
Mm,
Like you have
absolutely.
no idea. Like
Yes.
I show up with value and attract ready buyers. Saying that, writing it every day before you get started, you'll be amazed at how that energy goes out into the universe and delivers exactly what it is that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Time blocking and boundaries. We talked about this last week,
We
right? If
did.
you were on last week, we talked about boundaries, we talked about time blocking, and it's important to plan your 2 hour daily income window. And you need to stick to that thing religiously. How we talk about consistency, you need to do that thing religiously, right?
Yes.
The same way you do your affirmations, the same way you read your Bible in the morning, the same way you exercise daily, the same thing, right? You need to be continuously learning. I remember the first time I ever heard about continuous learning. I
Yes.
literally used to avoid things that included continuous learning. When I was in college, I was like, oh no, I have to do continuous learning for this. X that
Nope.
out.
No, no.
Until it really wasn't until I was in network marketing, that I started really getting into things that required continuous education, continuous learning, because I finally learned that it was my personal development and me learning new skills and staying abreast of the latest and most upgraded new things, right? Is what led to the greatest success. That personal development, that time it took me to learn something new, that time it took me to read a new book, right? To learn something, right? Because every day you should be learning something new. And you need to listen to at least 10 minutes of a podcast or a book, right? Before starting work every single day. All these things should be religiously.
Mm-hmm.
Religiously.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just
Yeah,
wanted to say something real quick before you go to the next slide.
go for it.
And I said this last week, but I figured it's worth repeating. I have my affirmation, the one that speaks to me on my phone. So every day when I open up my phone, I see an aspiration that edifies me. So you want to do something that's going to feed you each and every day. And then that continuous learning thing, I didn't even realize that I was doing it before I even got into network marketing. I still use Audible, and I'll have the books read to me because it seemed like when I sit down to open up a book to read, I'm asleep. So to get the information in, especially when I was working, I used to listen to it on the way to work and
Mm.
listen to it on the way from work. And that's how I got through books. Now that I'm retired, I can pick the time when I'm awake and read. But when I was busy, with the hustle and bustle, working, grading papers and all of that church activities. I was in the dance ministry. So it was like every evening I had something to do. But I always found time for my business and I always found time to learn something new. Even though I wasn't reading it, it was feeding into my mind by way of audio. So make sure that you're doing this because this really makes a big difference in your marketing.
Absolutely. It totally does. And if you need to take a screenshot of this screen,
Oh, let me go back.
right, 1 second, right? If you need to take a screenshot of this screen, please do. And
Yes.
I was going to say, and of course, you can always go back later
And
and take a screenshot and watch it from the beginning if you're just getting on.
mm-hmm.
So, absolutely. And if this is your first time with us, we do this each and every Tuesday, like Darius said. And we've been doing this for years now, right? 5 years.
Going on 5 years.
So,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, we're just teaching you guys from experience. We've been there, we've done that, we've been through the trenches, we've done all of the hard work. right? We've learned everything not to do and everything to do. We've done it all. We started with that stubborn mindset of, oh, I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that. We were picking and choosing things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and that's what we're going to talk about. Common mindset blocks to watch, right? So, progress over perfection. And you'll hear us talk about this all the time. If you've ever been on one of our trainings, you know that we always say that progress is always better than perfection. Get it
Always.
done. Keep
Okay.
posting, keep going. Growth happens in motion. Nothing happens when you're standing still, right? And watching other people. It happens when you're in the trenches doing the same things, making mistakes and not being afraid. Right? Not being afraid. Sometimes we post stuff so fast and we're like, oh man, you know, sometimes we'll repost it and then sometimes we'll be like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like progress. So it's an imposter syndrome, right? We're going to keep on saying the same things that we have told you guys. And it's going to kind of sound like a broken record. And we just want you guys to know that these are the things that you'll be dealing with doing affiliate and network marketing. Honestly, having any type of online success, right? Because imposter syndrome is real. And you're always going to ask, who am I to teach this? And we're always going to say, who are you not to? You are a totally different person than Daria and I are. You're going to have a different audience. Our mentor's audience is not Daria and my audience.
No. Yeah.
Right?
Very different
And
one.
so, you know, we just followed the blueprint. We followed the blueprint, and now we're here giving you guys the blueprint or the sauce, as we call it, right? That's what we're here for, right? Because the biggest thing that we both had was fear of judgment. What would they think of me? Oh my God, my friends, my family. Oh man, I'm gonna start posting about businesses and things like that. And if I'm not making money within the first 6 months, you know, they're gonna laugh at me. No, they're not, because you're gonna be posting your accomplishments along the way. Right? It's not about perfectionism, right? It's not ready yet. You're going to keep on going, and what they're going to see is your tenacity and your growth. Because when you're continuing, you can't help but to grow. And that's the truth. Right there, that's the truth. As long as you don't give up, all you can do is grow.
That's it.
And tell other people how through adversity you never gave up. How when life was lifing, you never gave up. You might even have a story you want to give them, and you never gave up. Right? And so you want to always have an action plan. You want to always have an action plan, and you want to write your action plan down. Because we found, like, just like, you know, we always say, take notes, take screenshots, because it's in taking those notes. And I prefer taking notes over screenshots, because I'm going to retain the information a lot better when I'm writing it down, and then later when I go back. Because even if I take a screenshot, I'm also going to take notes, right? You got to choose one mindset habit. Practice that consistently this week. You're going to start with something small. Just something small.
Very
right?
Small.
You'll be amazed. And I even tell my 8-year-old, 1% better every day, right? All her siblings, all of my other children, they all adults, right? She's the last one in the household. She's 8. So she's always comparing herself to them. I mean, they have jobs and children, you know, things like that. So, and then, you know, they're in college. Like, you can't compare yourself to them. And that's what I tell her. They used to be your age. You have to be your age. You know what I mean? One day you'll be an adult and you'll get to do things with them, you know, and it's hard because she's an aunt. So you have to identify a limiting belief and flip it to an empowering one, right? You want to have an empowering belief, right? Your limiting belief might be that you cannot make money online. You see people making money online every day. You know that it's possible
Yes,
to make money online.
it is.
Flip that belief. It's
Flip it.
definitely possible because before Derry and I made a single dime, we knew it was possible. We
Yes.
knew we weren't making it, but we knew it was possible.
Possible.
we had to believe it first. And we
Mhm.
definitely wrote it down. We had some affirmations. We still have affirmations and things that we post all around. You'll be amazed.
Yes. That's true.
Right? You'll be
That's true.
amazed. You got to read them before posting. And you want to write the affirmations down that you want to be true, and you want to read them and feel that they are true. Because
Mhm.
this is what you're striving for. This is who you strive to be, want to be. This is where you are going. Because you're taking the steps every day. Every day you showing up. You taking the steps. You growing 1% every day.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Just
You
a
don't notice
little
at
bit.
first, right? You
That's
don't
right.
notice at first, but one day you wake up and you're like,
Oh, wow.
man, right? You're like, oh man, I remember when I started here. And that is what it's all about, man. You want to share your personal journey. Your
Yes.
growth story is going to inspire your audience. You're going to be telling them how you were afraid to go live for A,
Right.
B, C, D reasons,
Right.
and how you overcame that not by any other thing than by going live. Man, one day my mentor told me to go live. It was a challenge. It's what they said the action steps and the homework was, and I completed those tasks. I made sure I did the things that I needed to be done. And I was amazed how in 6 months I was so comfortable in front of a camera. When I first got on, I was so self-conscious. People want to hear these things because they too themselves feel that way. I felt that way. And when I went on live, that's what I said. I was like, because I hadn't been live in a very long time then. I was like, I haven't gone live in a really long time. Like, I'm sweating. My heart feels like it's beating out of my chest. Like, I literally said that on my live,
Yeah. Yeah.
I needed people to feel that journey because anybody who's ever turned on the camera and looked at a light, right, pretending like they were in front of an audience of people, right, because you are speaking to an audience of people.
You are.
But
You
it's so hard when you're standing into that light, right, D?
Looking at that green light staring back at you.
And you're saying to yourself, like, okay, I have to put it into my mind that I'm speaking to an audience of people. And if not today, sometime in the near future. Because once people start seeing my videos, they're going to go back and watch the old videos. That's
right.
what they do. They want to see what else they've missed, what else we've given away, right? What are the gold nuggets that they can get?
Mm-hmm.
And then that is when, absolutely, Daria, and that's when they start sharing your information. And that's when you start to see people start looking at where you came from, where your journey began, those grassroots. And they identify with those because when they look at the polished version and then they go back and look at the old you, they're like, okay, that old her, that was me. That's where I am now in my journey.
Right.
So if she can do that,
So
and I can too. If it can be done, it can be done again,
Be done.
over and over. And Darian and I can do it. You can do it.
Absolutely. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna bring it on home, girl. I'm gonna bring it on home.
Absolutely.
All right. So, as you know, every week we give you homework. So, this homework is very simple. You're gonna write your why. And it's funny that we're talking about this because I talked about your why being your secret weapon today in one of my videos. So you're going to write out your why and you're going to put it somewhere visible to remind yourself daily. That why is going to fuel you into action. It's going to keep you there because it's always in the beginning of your mind and and it's in your vision, it's on your mind, and it's just going to keep you moving. You also want to reflect on growth. Where have you grown the most this year? Maybe you was able to create a schedule and follow it, a schedule that works for you, because I know for me I had to tweak my schedule a few times before I was actually successful in creating a schedule that I can keep. And you may have to do that, especially when you're retired or even when you're working. Maybe you're working two jobs, but you have to create something so that you can be consistent. So that might be an area of growth. Maybe you were able to be consistent in creating content. Maybe you learned how to create original content. You no longer have to share curated content. You create and make your own and share your own, right? What challenges have you overcome? Maybe you're able to go live. I know for that has been an issue for all of us, because I know for me, I didn't want to do videos, period.
Mhm.
Videos? What? I got to do a video? Yes. And I realized that videos, they have a better it makes it easier for you to connect with your audience because they get to see what you look like, what you sound like, your continents, everything. And they're able to relate because they get to see how you express yourself and they get to feel and the relatedness. So videos is very, 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 very powerful. So you should at least be doing one a day. Our mentor recommends three. We're saying do at least one, at
Mhm.
least. And you're going to notice a difference because people are going to start to know, like, and trust you from your video. And for years, I hid around posts, behind my posts. I didn't want to do a video. I didn't want to go live. And then one day I said, okay, if I want to grow, I got to do something different. And I just got out there, I turned on the camera and just started talking. Just like that. Just started talking. So it's already on now. What you gonna say? That's what I said to myself. Instead of preparing and preparing and preparing and preparing and never do, one day I just put the phone to me, up to me like this, and pressed play. And there and pressed the record button, and there it was, or the live button, and there it was. And it was like, oh, okay, I gotta say something. I'm on. And hundreds or thousands of people are looking at me. What am I gonna say? So you have to do that for yourself. And that's how I was able to do it, because I just pushed myself and I said, well, if I bomb, if I look crazy, I look crazy. But the more I did it, the better I became and the more comfortable I have become. So you got to do it. So reflect on your growth, whatever that is. And then you want to share your journey. People love to hear stories. Think about it when you're little, when your mom sat and read you a bedtime story. Think about it when you were in school, your teacher sat and read a story to you and you were just all in that story. So as human beings, we all love a good story. Share your journey. And within your story, you're teaching a lesson. You're letting people know what not to do because you did it, and whatever results you had, it wasn't what you wanted. And people will say, oh, wow, I can relate to that. That happened to me too. That's what you want. You want people to comment below your video. Yeah, me too. I did that too. So use that to inspire your audience and to build authentic connections. That's so important. So make sure you screenshot this because this is your homework. And then make sure you come back in school in our community and drop it there so we can interact with you and comment and respond because we love hearing your stories. We love to hear about your growth and
Absolutely.
definitely your why.
Mhm.
Definitely want to hear that.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. All right. So here are our final thoughts. 80% mindset, 20% mechanics, skills, whatever word you want to use. But it starts here first, y'all. It starts here. So your marketing success depends primarily on your mindset. And like Takesha told you, our mindset in the beginning was like, we ain't doing that, we ain't doing that, and we ain't doing that. And guess what? We didn't get what we were looking for because we didn't do what we needed to do because we already told ourselves we weren't doing it. So you got to tell yourself, yes, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And once I said that to myself, I'm going to do whatever it takes, I started having success. I said, okay. I remember joining an opportunity and I said, if she tell me to stand on my head, I'm standing on my head. If she tell me to do a cartwheel in the hallway, I'm gonna do a cartwheel. Whatever she tell me to do, I'm gonna do it. I came with an open mind. I forgot about everything else I've been through, what I knew, what I thought I knew. I just started from scratch and said, whatever she says to do, I'm doing it.
Mhm.
And you have to tell yourself that. Because what's the point in following a mentor if you are going to pick and choose what you're going to do and she's telling you what the blueprint is or he is telling you what the blueprint is and you picking and choosing what you're going to do. Did that already.
Nope.
Been there, done that, and it doesn't work. Okay? So, if you grow as a person, you're going to notice that your business is going to follow. And the first thing that you have to do is to do what is necessary to nurture your mindset. Do the affirmations. Make sure you're listening to something positive every day. Read something positive every day. Make sure you're learning a skill every day. These are the things that help you with your mindset. Okay? So let's look at the inner work. I can't believe that somebody is calling me right now. Oh, this is my aunt. All right, it's just gonna have to ring. All right, let me just tell her. Hey, Auntie, I'm doing a live. I'll call you back. Okay. All right. All right. That was quick. Otherwise, y'all will be listening to that. All right. So, inner work creates outer results. Oh my God. Oh my God. I did not realize that this is what influencers were doing. I had no idea. I'm like, what do you mean inner work? What do you mean? What do you mean? So, your internal growth and your personal development directly manifests as external business success. And it's all the stuff that I just talked about. You got to work on you. Have to. You have to. You have to you have to grow into that person that you need to be to lead people. You want a team, you want to make sales each and every day. It's a certain way, a certain person you have to be. You can't be who you were before expecting to get the results of someone that took the time to work on themselves and their mindset. It's just not going to happen. So you want to keep nurturing your mindset each and every day. We cannot stress it enough. Every single day, do at least 10 minutes. At least. Okay? So when you master your mind, you master market. So remember, the entrepreneur who masters their mind will master their market. Okay? Because the mind is very powerful. extremely powerful. You can manifest stuff that you never thought could happen, and it will happen because it starts here. Okay. Once you tell yourself you can't, you're right. You can't. But you know
Absolutely.
what? You could flip it and tell yourself that you can, and you will. Okay. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right. So um that pretty much ends our presentation for tonight, but we want to connect with you. We want to help you. We want to serve you. That's why we're here. So you can text us at 704-769-0080 and just let us know if you need something. And that is the best way to connect is the text. Also, you can email us at support at onlinesuccessmadesimple.com. And come with your detailed questions and your coaching inquiries. Sure, we're here to help. We also have a community where we give you some step by step hand holding and also further answer any questions that you may have. Or you may have a specific topic that you would like us to train on. Put that in the school. That's why it's there. Put that in our community, and the link is there. School.com, online success made simple dash OSMS. And you're connecting not only with us, but like-minded entrepreneurs. And then lastly, we have our website. Go to our website, you get resources, courses, and success stories. Feel free to book a 15-minute discovery call. It may be something that you know that might be missing, and we will be able to help you with that so that you can build a successful business online. So make sure that you connect with us in any way that feels comfortable for you. Now, below this screen, it was there a second ago where you can join our free community. So feel free to just click there. It's going to take you right there. You create an account, you have a free account, and then you will be led right into our community where we give tips and strategies and just really cool downloads. And also, we recommend specific opportunities or tools to make your life easier. And all of that happens in our free community. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and that's pretty much it,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen.
And guys, I'm sorry, I was just gonna let them know, and they can just click the screen
Mhm,
right here. If you're not already in our community, you can
mhm.
literally just click the orange button that says click here now,
Yes,
and that will take you straight to our community. Just
right.
like up top where you see it says subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you click on that green button in the top,
Mhm.
that will subscribe you to our YouTube channel. Absolutely, guys. So just wanted to let you guys know that.
Yes, 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 yes. So, I don't think there are any questions. And yeah, wow, we ended really, really early this time today. Last week was pretty lengthy, but that was a very, very important webinar. And if you haven't seen
Absolutely.
last week, make sure that you go back to the replay because yeah, you're gonna want to definitely check that out. So
Absolutely.
with that said, have an amazing evening, and we will see you next week. All right.
Bye, guys.